Okay, this is Jacob Schmidt with deerhuntingschool.com. This video here, I'm sitting here actually looking and studying the weather because our bow season opens in 6 days. It opens September the 26th. And I'm sitting here looking at it. And one awesome website, guys, is wunderground.com. I know what the weather has been because I'm going to be hunting pretty close to my house, but let's say some of you guys are going and hunting out of state or out of town and stuff, and you don't know what the weather really has been in the past weather. It's a great website for that because you can go back. You can punch in a zip code right here, click on it, it'll pull up a weather station over here, and then you can get the full forecast, and then you can actually go back in history and see what the weather's been. You can go back years past on this thing. I have another video on that you can check out on my YouTube channel, but maybe it may be up on deerhuntingschool.com. That video may be in the blog section. If not, I'll probably put a blog and put that up there because that's pretty important. But anyways, guys, the reason I want to talk about this real quick is because I hear all the time guys talking about stand location, and guys, to be honest with you, that's the key. That is the key to deer hunting, is stand location. If you have the right stand location, you can pretty much do everything else wrong and be successful and kill deer. Okay, I mean, it's just that simple. As long as you can make the shot, that's part of it you have to do. But you'll at least see deer. Stand location is the key. You can do everything else wrong and have some success. Obviously, if you do everything right with the correct stand locations, your success is going to be awesome. But anyways, enough of that. But I'm looking here, and I hear guys all the time: wind direction, wind direction, wind direction, wind direction, wind direction. But I've never heard. Briefly, Grant Woods, I heard him talk about in Growing Deer TV. I heard him talk about a little bit how the weather affects where deer bed and stuff like that. But I haven't heard it in great detail much. So anyway, I'm going to talk about it briefly here in this video here. I'm looking for Saturday. This is our opening day, and yeah, it's going to be 89 degrees and 88, and that is hot. Some of you guys are thinking, oh my God, you don't even hardly get that hot in the summertime. But that's really not too bad here in Arkansas. I mean, we get 105, 116 degree. Matter of fact, our warmest temperature is 120 degrees. So, I mean, it gets hot. I mean, we really have the heat. So, these deer are used to hotter, warmer temperatures. So, some of you guys, I mean, deer like that, I mean, these things are going to be laid out on their side panting, but here it is unseasonably warm. So, I'm planning, the very first thing I'm doing is I'm looking through my stand locations, what are going to be stand locations for this type of weather. I mean, you look at, there's a 15% chance of rain today. I actually think it may end up raining late this evening. There's a lot of rain in Oklahoma that's pushing our way, and I hope it does, because I've got food plots that my wife and kids are going to be hunting on that need some rain, so they'll germinate. My seed is just laying there in dust. So anyways, enough of that. But so we may get some rain today, and then pretty much dry the whole week and hot. Okay, so even if we get an inch of rain today, because it's going to be so hot for a week, it's going to be dry. I mean, we're looking at seriously dry weather here. Okay, and hot. Okay, so I'm looking for stand locations. First thing I'm doing is looking for stand locations. They're going to be productive in this type of weather pattern. There's nothing we can do to change it. Yeah, warm and hot weather is not the greatest weather to hunt in, but it can be very productive if you have stand locations set up for that kind of weather condition. Okay, if you understand where these deer bed at. On warm, hot weather like this here, I'm going to be honest with you. If you see me kill a deer the beginning of this bow season, it's going to be most likely on a water source. Okay, but not just water source, because guys will just, they think, oh yeah, it's going to be hot, just pond. Not every water source is created equal. Some of them are better. Some of them are more geared towards the rut. Some of them are going to be better during the rut. Some of them are going to be better during, times like this here. Okay, it all depends on a lot of things. And guys, I have pretty much an online course that goes into great detail on, where deer will bed in different weather conditions and stuff like that, because it's huge. Stand location is huge. They're going to bed in different locations if it's 20 degrees than they are if it's 90 degrees, or some of you guys 60 degrees. Okay, some of you guys 60 degrees is unbelievably hot, and you're thinking, man, it's not even worth going deer hunting. If you looked at weather like this here and you're seeing 90 degrees opening day, you're thinking there's no way a deer going to move. But I will tell you right now, I get trail camera pictures of big bucks all the time in 90, 100 degree weather in the daylight hour, almost in the middle of the day. If you have the stand locations for the weather conditions, you're good to go. So okay, first thing I'm doing here, I'm looking at what the weather pattern is going to be. Second thing I'm going to do, I'm going to look at by the day. I want to see what the wind directions. I have stands set up for every wind direction, as much as possible for every weather condition. Okay, and that's huge. I mean, I have stand. I'm thinking of one stand right now, and if you guys look and you follow any of my hunting videos or anything, the stand location that I have set up for this condition is one that I had a decent 8-point come in last year, the day before rifle season. So I'm thinking of that stand location. It is set up. It's set up on a water source. It's set up good for a hot condition like this. So that's a stand location I'm planning on hunting right now, and I'm watching this, and we just had an update there on the weather. But anyways, guys, it's invaluable. This information is invaluable here, to understand that you need stand locations set up for the weather conditions, not just the wind directions. And some of you guys are hunting private property, and you're pretty much stuck with less things you can do, but there's still things that you can do. Some of it's going to take improvement and things like that. But anyways, guys, I have pretty much an online course on inside the new Masters deer hunting course that I put together. And if you look at it here, the I put together, and I've been working on this for some time now. It's the Masters deer hunting online course, and this is, guys, for the price of this, it's $99. What you're getting is way worth more than $99, because I'm going to go in here. I have over 20 hours right now of online courses. Just basically these online courses here, you get every one of them are included in it. Okay, and that's a $50 value there. But anyways, one of them in there is hunting the weather, and I'm going to go in and update some of these courses and add new information and stuff to them as we go. And as I do that, you're going to get these updates. If you purchase this, you get these updates as they're updated. Okay, you get it. I mean, you just go in and you look at it, and then also as I do some of them live, the workshops live, you get you're invited to that workshop for free if you purchase this master's course here. And as I update these and things and add more content to it, it's part of it. It's a one-time payment, so it's invaluable. And hunting the weather is one online course that's in there. It's about an hour long, and I go into great detail on how deer are going to bed in different areas, because that's invaluable, especially if you're hunting public land and you have access to large properties. If you don't have access to large properties and you have small areas, you need to begin thinking of how you can create these areas on your property. Okay, because deer have to have three things. They have to have food, water, and cover, and they're going to utilize each food source differently depending on when it's available, obviously, but depending on the weather. Corn, when it's brutal cold, deer will feed on corn a lot more, and soybeans, the actual pods. But when it's hot, they're going to feed on your greeneries and your grasses and your grains and stuff like that. Okay, they're not going to feed on the high carbohydrate stuff as much. They're going to feed on your clovers, um, your oats, your rye, different types of food sources, and understanding how they're going to use them and where they're going to bed. Okay, so it makes more sense to have a food source that these deer are going to hit in warm conditions closer to areas that they're going to bed in warm conditions, and having stands set up for that. Okay, and also having water available to your deer in warm conditions, because they're going to need it, and they're also going to use a lot of water in the rut. A lot of guys don't know that, because they're burning so many calories and chasing deer and stuff. So, and they need more water at that time. So, anyways, guys, all this is in here, and I will be updating things inside this on a regular basis, at least, a few times a year, at least several times a year, updates. And you can buy it now, and the price may end up going up on this. I'm not sure. And you hear that guys talk about that all the time on the internet. Well, the price is going up on this, and they're going up on this. And I've said that about my video analysis. When I first put it up, I said the price is going to go up on this. And my coaching and consulting, I said the price is probably going to go up on this. And guys, it did. I over doubled my video analysis. The price went up on them, and almost doubled the coaching and consulting session. Them tools are very valuable. They're worth a lot. It takes a lot of my time and a lot of work into that stuff. So, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video right here. I really hope that you learned something, and I hope that by watching this that you understand that weather conditions should dictate, first of all, where your stand location is, and then within them areas, okay, it should dictate the area where your stand is, okay, and then within them areas, you should have different wind directions set up, okay, because it could easily be 89 degrees. I mean, honestly, for 90-degree weather in September, that stupid thing I uploaded, but for 90. And I know it's 89 degrees, but I'm just saying 90 because it's 1 degree off, and it may get 90. But for 90-degree weather, okay, look at the wind direction. This is odd. 90-degree weather with a some type of a north wind. That's odd. Most of the time when you have brutal hot weather like this, you have a southerly wind. Okay. So if you set up all your stands, you say, well, when it's hot, it's going to be a south wind, which is normally the case. Normally when you have unseasonably warm weather, at least here in Arkansas, you have a southerly wind. But not always. And then the other reason, to have these different wind directions, because it could be a southwest or southeast wind, but this is a northeasterly wind. It's odd to have this type of wind direction on hot weather, but having them different wind direction stands locations set up in them areas is important, okay? And at least having trees picked out where you can go in and set up a stand, maybe within 30, 45 minutes before daylight, or hour, before you hunt, or hopefully I use a climbing stand a lot, and the reason I do that is for situations like this right here. Who would have thought opening day of deer season we're going to have a north wind and it's going to be 90 degrees. Okay, I have trees picked out for that, for them situations. So anyways, guys, I really hope this opened your eyes up, this video here. I've read a couple articles about it in different magazines and stuff, and like I said, I've only seen one person talk about it briefly, and that's Grant Woods. I've seen him talk about weather conditions dictating where deer will bed, and that's huge. They're going to bed in different areas depending on how hot it is, how cold it is, how hard the wind's blowing, things like that. So I know this video is long, but I think it's packed with some very good information for you guys, and honestly, I think it's packed with one of the most valuable things that you'll ever learn about deer hunting, and that is hunting the weather. So you guys check out deerhuntingschool.com for more tips, information, and things like that on deer hunting. Have a good day, and bye-bye.